Welcome to Not Shower Cinema. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we are taking a look at how all the teams are doing in the NFL at the midpoint of the season. Um, yeah, I wanted to wait for this week specifically versus kind of doing this last week. We were debating between the 2 weeks, and I thought, well, that way each team has 8 games played, so they're all halfway. Some will have 9. Um, and I thought, you know what? Every little week gives us a little more nugget of information. And yeah, that was maybe a mistake because I feel like this week might have just erased some things that last week it kind of revealed or seemed to reveal for us. Um, and yeah, so we're going to kind of take a look at how we think these teams are doing. If we think some of them that are maybe towards the bottom here have any chance of making the playoffs, if they're
Yeah.
kind of dead on arrival, yeah, just giving our thoughts. But yeah, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to be kind of in the playoffs. Who's making the playoffs? Who are the dangerous teams in the NFL right now? I think it's still a little up in the air,
It
which is
is.
crazy.
It really is. It really is. And even any one of these teams in the bottom could make the Super Bowl because no one is eliminated. No one has been
It's true.
mathematically eliminated from the playoffs yet. But here, I guess, how should we go with this? Should we just kind of work our way up for each the AFC and NFC at the same time? I assume here.
Yeah, we'll just kind of go at the same time,
What
and
is that? We've got
yeah,
the
I think
one.
I.
What?
What's that?
You got what? You got what?
I see at least 4, probably 5, maybe 6, all 6 here. I feel like don't really have a chance.
Yeah, if the Giants weren't so injured, I feel like they might have a chance, but Commanders really are the only ones that, although even them now with the quarterback down, um, I think they're pretty much out of it too. The highest any of them have here is 3% with the Commanders. But yeah, this is not looking good. Less than 1% for most of these. One win for Saints, Titans, and Jets, which feel like the Saints maybe feel like they deserve more than one win there, but
They do feel like they've won more than one game. The Titans definitely. Uh, the Titans and Jets feel like I'm surprised they have a win
yeah,
apiece. But yeah, I think in terms of surprises, though, yeah, I think the Commanders being at 3-6 is a little surprising after how well they did last year. But they have dealt with some injuries. I think that's kind of plagued their season a little bit, and they just haven't really consistently gotten anything going. So it's probably out of all of these, probably the most disappointing is the Commanders' performance.
yeah,
And then, yeah, the Giants, I think, for a little run there while they had Cam Scadaboo, it was looking like they could maybe get to kind of at least be a 500 team. I think they
yeah.
still had their issues. I think they still had their issues. I don't think they were going to be like a powerhouse. But I was thinking they might have maybe surprised us. But then unfortunately, Cam went down, season-ending injury, and yeah, they're not quite as exciting as they were for that brief moment, brief couple
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah. That is disappointing, and yeah. Other than the Commanders, it is surprising how going into the season we probably would have said these five teams here would be near the bottom, and then you would think that surely things aren't just always going to be the same. It's not always going to be the Jets at the bottom and the Dolphins, but it just works its way out to be that way, sadly. But
Hmm.
I'd look, I guess, most optimistic for next year. I mean, obviously, Commanders have the potential. We saw it last year, so I think they kind of pull out of this group a little bit. But I think, like you were saying, the Giants did show a little bit there that I think you can be a little hopeful for the future with them.
Yeah, I think if you're a Giants fan, the only problem I think is their excitement is coming from Cam Scadaboo and Jackson Dart, who I think may need to adjust the way they play the game a little bit if they want longevity. I think that is the only problem. It's uh, yeah. I would have thought they that Cam is would have been maybe like a head injury, like a concussion related, is what I kind of thought he would eventually
Mm.
go out for the way he plays football.
Yeah,
And Jackson Dart also kind of runs pretty dangerously sometimes. So that would be my only concern. But otherwise, I'd be excited as a Giants fan compared to uh, the last few years.
yeah, yeah. Like
The rest of them, oh boy.
we just want a title. We don't care about longevity. Oh boy. The next kind of set of six teams here, we've got, I guess, even more, but down
Yeah,
there,
we go up
Falcons,
eight teams here. Get into
eight
that.
teams. Yes. So we have, wow. This is it gets interesting here. We got the Falcons, who everyone thought was going to be a 15-win team going into this season. I was among that group. I got fooled. I was hyping them up. They have 11% chance to make the playoffs still, according to this. But I don't think so. They
It's kind of
they
crazy.
they're incredible. I think they got some good talent, good defense, good quarterback, very inconsistent results wise. So yeah,
Yeah, I think their
I don't see
quarterback
him.
play is a bit inconsistent.
Yeah, I don't see him putting a run together to make it deep into the playoffs, if into the playoffs at all.
No, unfortunately, I guess I don't know how many more divisional games they have, but the Bucks have been playing really well, and the Panthers have been playing pretty good as well. So they don't have kind of those, easy wins of the last few years of the Saints and Panthers. You kind of could maybe get, 3 to 4 wins from those two, from the four matchups you have there, but those are going to be a little tougher this year,
Yeah,
overall, all of them. And yeah, I don't know. I think they're good quarterback play away from getting, at least to 500 season. So
yeah,
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 maybe they and 11% is probably fair because they do have a good defense and I think they have arguably one of the best running backs in the league when he gets going.
mhm,
And Drake London, their wide receiver, I think just had 3 touchdowns in the last game. So
yeah,
I mean, if he can, Penix and London can kind of get that connection, maybe he can get it
yeah,
going.
yeah. Ooh.
Uh, yeah, probably the most disappointing here for me is the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
I think I thought they would be better. I thought bringing Geno Smith in. I thought, okay, gonna be interested to see how he kind of does here because I thought for Seattle he went there, kind of revived his career a little bit. I'm like, okay, let's see what he can do now at the Raiders. I didn't know if they were maybe as talented, but I'm like, sometimes you just need that one change and it just maybe starts clicking.
Yeah.
It has not started clicking.
It has not. It has not. That is.
I think he's looked like worse than he's ever looked. Unfortunately, it might it might just be on him. I don't know if it's bad play calling. And oh yeah, and that was it too. They brought in Pete Carroll, and I'm like, okay. I mean, they're making some big changes. But yeah, to me, that is out of these eight, probably my most disappointing results
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah, that one. I mean, if I believed in the Raiders at all, that would be a pretty disappointing
I mean,
one.
I didn't think like they were gonna be like just big beat. I mean, they're in the same division as the Chiefs and Broncos, who I both thought would probably do well. I mean, they're in a tough division is the problem. But
Yeah.
I thought they could be a little bit more competitive.
Yeah.
This hasn't
Yeah.
really happened.
And then Cardinals, I guess, ranked here ahead of the Commanders. I think of them as the same for some reason. Kind of just teams that got potential to maybe do something, but I feel much less optimistic about the Cardinals. I don't think they've looked very good at all. And I think they're like the oldest team in the league, so I guess maybe that's something to be optimistic about. Change has to be coming sometime soon.
I
But
think they were on a bit of a streak. I think they finally got another win here, but they were on a bit of a losing streak where they were losing games late. So I mean,
yeah,
I think there's a world where they could have been like 5-3, and all of a sudden we look at them slightly differently.
that's
Uh,
true.
I mean, I don't think they're a terrible team. I think they're another kind of. They've just been making dumb clock management decisions late in games. I
Yeah.
think to kind of lose them a few of them.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I had
Um,
them as sneaking into the playoffs if I remember right. So yeah, maybe they still could, but they're gonna
I
have to.
don't think
They're
so.
gonna have a lot of them go their way. I think there's
Yeah, I
just too
don't.
many other. There's too many other potentially good teams getting in.
Yeah. I don't think the Bengals. I don't think they're going to quite make it, even though they've had some life a little bit with the old man Flacco joining them, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough. It is interesting that they have 4% chance to make the playoffs, and the Ravens in their division have 50%.
With the same amount of wins and just one less loss.
It's pretty crazy, but yeah, I think Bengals, I think they're the last one that I would say I'm ruling out of the playoffs. I feel like Cowboys here, Vikings, and Ravens each. Cowboys are right on the edge, but I think each of them I could see them making the playoffs. Um, even though Cowboys, but they really needed to win that last game, and they broke the streak of never repeating, and you wouldn't want to do that by repeating a loss back to back weeks. So
Yeah.
it's close to eliminating them, I think, for me.
Yeah, I would agree. And yeah, going back to the Browns, I guess I don't know what we mentioned.
Oh yeah,
Did we
Brown.
mention them?
Browns
But
exceeding expectations
I
this year.
skipped I skipped them when I went to the Raiders, just saying how disappointed I was. But yeah, the Browns. I mean, I think their defense is good. Their defense is good, but yeah, I don't know. The Browns, I think they're down there
Wow.
with the other ones. I'm surprised it's 2%, honestly. Because yeah, I just their offense I think is not there. The Bengals, I mean, their offense is now sort of back with Joe Flacco, um, but their defense is so bad, and they're right alongside, like you said, the Cowboys. Another those have to be like the two worst defenses this year. They just allow like 30, 40 points a game, and it's just too much. Luckily for both of them, they do have offenses that could potentially keep up with that, but it's just not sustainable to get. I don't think to playoff football.
No.
Uh, but yeah, I agree with the other. I think the Ravens are probably going to find their ways into the playoffs, even though they had the terrible start.
Yeah.
Um, I'm really shocked at how badly they started, but they did have a tough schedule. They did have a tough schedule. Lamar was injured for some games,
Yeah.
but I think they're just such a good team, and
They're
they
another one that
tend
can
to
let
find
up a lot
wins.
of points, so they can let up a lot
They
of
have also
points.
done that too. So I think yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. Usually, kind of that whole division. It seems like you kind of get to the November December season and you kind of see if they're going to be a good team or not because their
Mhm.
defenses. I feel like at that point is when they really
Yeah.
typically start crushing the other teams. So we'll see if they keep giving up points. Then yeah, they might not be able to do it, and
Yeah.
50 might be a little aggressive. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Vikings
The Vikings shocked me. They beat those Lions,
they did.
and that's impressive. So I'm not going to rule the Vikings out of any game. I
Yeah,
think they have the potential. I think it's
they've
just
got good weapons
yes, for sure. I think it's
on
just
both sides.
quarterback play. If JJ can kind of get consistent, get in a rhythm, I think they
Mm.
could definitely make the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like from the little he's actually played, he got injured too.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's been about 50-50.
Yeah.
It seems like he's had good play about 50% of the time and kind of really bad play the other 50%. So
Yeah.
it's going to come down to I think they need to. Seems like he does a little bit better when they're playing with a lead. So they
Yeah.
kind of have to strike first. I think you can't be playing from behind. From what I've seen, so the little I've seen so far.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would say probably not going to make the playoffs is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it'd be my thought as well.
And yeah, Ravens, it probably like 60, 70% going to make the playoffs in some way. Um, and then I guess yeah, to finish out the on the bubble teams, we have the Panthers, and the Texans, Bears, and Chiefs, which I don't know what's more shocking that the Chiefs are outside and on the bubble or that the Panthers are even close. Oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't know. I could see. I mean, the way these teams are playing, I could see any of them making it. I with the 87% of the Chiefs. Uh, there's that 67%.
67.
Okay.
67.
Um, I think that is right that they're probably most likely out of these four to get in. Obviously not probably just because they're on the bubble, but I think they've been playing pretty good football.
Yeah.
Their offense has actually looked better than it has, I think, the last couple of years.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
think if they can keep that going, um, I, I think they have a pretty good chance of making it into the
Yeah.
playoffs. Uh, the Texans' defense is really, really good, but their offense is just not there. I just, I don't know.
I don't think they can make it with just the defense.
Yeah, there's just so many good high-scoring teams that unless they can really shut down all of them, which I mean they've overall done a pretty good job. I just don't know if that's going to be enough. I think their offense is going to have to get going. They only have 3 wins, so I'm like,
It's not that
they're
much.
not going to win their division, I don't think.
No.
So they have to get in. Yeah, they're a couple games back of that then. So yeah, I don't. I think the 27 is kind of generous for them because
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I'd have to look at their schedules.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a really easy schedule, and that would change things
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah,
Yeah.
Bears and Panthers. Another, yeah, both of them pretty shocking
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, the Bears, I don't know. I mean, like I think definitely more likely than the Vikings, I guess, at this point. But still, I think I don't think Bears fans are feeling confident. I don't think they feel like, oh, we're a consistent team and we're going to win the games we should win. So I just find it hard. It's hard to say, yeah, I think the Bears are right on the bubble of making the playoffs. I just don't know if I can say that, but
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard for me because, yeah, really, I don't know that I love any of these ones to kind of sneak in, just because I feel like they're still kind of a year away.
yeah.
And who would I? I feel like if looking at these, Bears, Panthers, Vikings, Cowboys, fan wise, I would probably be the most excited as a Bears fan, though. I think
Okay.
there's the most potential there. The Panthers are still, I don't know. I don't know. They still, even with their 5-4 record, I don't know that I fully believe it. I would
Yeah.
not be surprised if they only had like one more win this year.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't be surprised if they somehow keep doing what they're doing and get to 10.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And I think
true.
if they do that, I definitely would be excited going into future seasons. But if they kind of flounder a little bit towards the end here, I wouldn't be surprised at that either.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they each have. I think the Vikings just continue to be solid pretty much every year. So once they get quarterback figured out,
You know.
I think that's going to be a good team next year. And but
So I
yeah,
guess which one of all these would you pick to make it in?
I mean, I mean Chiefs obviously, but yeah, NFC of those three, oh
Or
man,
four or five, anyone on
or
this end?
four. I mean, it might be the Vikings. They might just go on a run. Like I feel like the other ones are consistently inconsistent. Vikings, I think, can put a streak together.
Yeah, I might pick Cowboys.
Gonna pick Cowboys. Ooh.
It's unlikely, but something about it. But I don't know. These other teams up here are just I don't know. I don't know if you can catch them. I think they're all. I feel like they're in the NFC. It does feel like a jump up.
That's a cutoff. Yes.
It feels like there is a cutoff.
Yeah. I mean, Lions, I think Lions are making it. I think they are gonna make it, whether leading the division or
It's
getting
crazy.
a wild card.
They're the final wild cards. I mean, they don't like the way they've beat up on some teams. It
Yeah.
is shocking to me that they're the last spot currently in the wild card.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
that
they
is.
feel like they've been better than that.
And the 49ers are the opposite. How are they even this highly rated? They've had so many injuries and just have kept getting the wins. Now they're getting healthy. Are they going to start sucking now that they're healthy and it'll just be a slip swap? But oh man, it's tough. It's tough. I didn't think the 49ers would be this good because they weren't good last year. They didn't make the playoffs last year. Then they were having struggles, injuries, and I'm like, oh, good. Another year where they won't be in the playoffs,
That's kind of
but here they are.
yeah. Because I had them. I believe I had them making the playoffs, winning their division. And yeah, when they started having all those injuries, I'm like, well, that ain't gonna happen. But they've hung in there, and yeah, I mean, once they get somewhat fully healthy, it could really be a dangerous team because they're winning these games. And I feel like they're playing teams that aren't like just chump teams either that they're beating. It's not
Yeah,
like they just got lucky and are playing like some of those bottom teams. I don't think so. It's
yeah,
surprising to me.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, then I guess if we go over to the other side, we got the Jags and the Chargers. Chargers have felt like the Chargers always do.
yeah,
At first, early in the season, I kind of was thinking they felt like a top tier team.
yeah,
But now they've kind of come back to earth a little bit, and I'm like, okay, there's the Chargers. Wait, no,
yeah, yeah.
there they are. And then we got the Jags, who
Jags are. I don't see that. Jaguars are not making the playoffs. I have lost all hope for the season.
I don't know. There's something about them. I could see them. They seem like that sneaky team that could get hot. They could get hot
Oh,
late, but
I mean,
it's just tough because I think there's if we go back down, you got the Ravens, the Chiefs chasing
yeah,
Texans even.
that's
It's
the issue. That's
that's
why
the
I'm like,
problem is there's too many teams on the outside right now that I think are also good. But probably better. I would say the Chiefs and Ravens I think are better than the Jags right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
So yeah, that's going to be their toughest part is hanging in there.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, Bills are making it. Steelers are another one like Jaguars, where I think they could fall out of there, or I think it could just be really tight with them and the Ravens. Or maybe it somehow ends up being like a wild card competition between them and the Jaguars. I feel like I like the Steelers a little bit better there. They've had some wins that were impressive.
Hmm.
But I think they definitely needed this last week against the Colts was a big, I'd say upset, and I think maybe they're playing a little more seriously this year and aren't just aiming for a barely winning record.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of. It just kind of felt like they had everything they wanted. The
Yeah.
Bengals were floundering because Burrow's been out. The Ravens were floundering because Lamar had been out. Browns were browning. It just felt like they should easily walk it. They were like what 4-1 or 5-1 or something, and that or 4-1 I think, and then boom, lose, and it's just like you had it. What are you doing? Just classic Steelers go back to about 500 just to make it interesting. But yeah, I think that's kind of how the Ravens are going to get in there. I think.
Oh
I
man.
feel like it's one or the other there.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. I want the Steelers in there, though. I want them in there.
I do as well, especially if it is Rodgers' last year.
Yes.
Hope he makes the playoffs.
And hopefully he goes up against the Packers in the Super Bowl. Ooh, yeah, Packers. I kind of have looked at them like the Chiefs, where I'm like, they're making the playoffs. Like they're always in the story, it seems. Although we weren't the one year, and that was like, huh, okay. After we had everything go our way and just weren't able to beat, I think, some not so great team like the Bears or whatever in the last week of the game of the season. I was disappointed. So I was thinking, like, maybe if the Steelers had beat the Packers, I was like, they might need it more than we do, but apparently we need it because our division is tight. But yeah, I think we gotta make the playoffs, right? We're the Packers. 82%. Come on.
Yeah, I think my only worry is staying healthy. They just lost Tucker Kraft, who I think was a big part of keeping their offense going, keeping them on the field, getting them down the field, putting them in position to score. I don't know. I'm really worried about how much that's going to affect us. And then our kicking issues have been a little scary too. Those couple things make me a little nervous, but I I think if we can get back on track how we were playing the first couple weeks, if we get back to that kind of football, we
Yeah.
should be able to win some games. Maybe make it. We
Yeah.
should make it, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
the Rams too. I think we
oh yeah,
missed
Rams.
out on the Rams a little bit, but yeah, those are I I, I really like the Rams. I think they're playing. really good football,
Yeah.
and I,
I'd
I don't
put
know that
them
I
I'd put them with the Bills. Like I think those are the two best of these set of eight teams. I feel like they're
I
the
would
most
agree.
consistent, trustworthy team.
I would agree. Out of these ones, I think both those, as the odds are saying as well,
Yeah.
um, they're suggesting that those are the best or most likely to make it, and I 100% agree. Not just because of those, but they feel like it's shocking that these ones aren't leading their divisions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that just means they got some better
They
teams.
got some better teams, and the final three for each, the top three for each. Oh man. Broncos, how are they at 7-2? I don't know. I don't know if people have been like, yeah, this is the amazing Broncos team that we expected because there was a lot of hype. I don't know if it's been fulfilled, but they have
It's
the wins. They have the wins.
it's such a weird thing because it's like, hmm, they probably have the record. Like I was a believer at the beginning. I think I had them winning a lot more than you did. Um, but yeah, I was actually expecting it to be in a little bit more dominant fashion. They've
Yeah,
barely won some of their games. It is shocking that they're. It does not feel like they're a 7-2 team. It doesn't feel like they've
yeah,
played that kind of way. Um, so yeah, it's good that they can win close games. That is meaningful. It means something, but it also means you can just mess up. You have
yeah,
one play towards the end of the game not go your way, and
yeah,
you're out. So yeah, if they keep playing how they're playing, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough to get them there, but if maybe they just keep getting a little bit better, and
yeah.
maybe they'll be there at the end. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that. I mean, I think their playoffs. They got enough wins to have a
Yeah, I think they'll make the
bank a
playoffs,
lot
but
of
I
them
don't
for
know.
sure. But I don't think they're the team to go all the way.
Yeah,
Patriots, I guess. Yeah, they're tied right there. That's a crazy top four for the AFC.
that is a crazy top
Colts,
four.
Patriots, Broncos, Steelers.
Yeah, if
Uh,
anyone had bet in Vegas the four AFC division leaders at kind of the midway point or end of season. Say this was the end of season.
Yeah.
Let me know if you had Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers. I would be shocked if you had those four.
Oh man, that's wild. It's fun. It's fun to see it. It's fun to see a resurgence of teams like the Patriots and
Yeah, the
Broncos and
Patriots.
Colts.
Patriots, I thought would be better too. I had faith in the Patriots. I thought Drake May last year was looking at, and it's because of Bo Nix too. Both those quarterbacks,
Yeah.
those were the ones I was looking forward to the most this year. I was like, I hope they keep, taking steps forward and make Drake May out of the two of them. Surprising, I would have thought it would be Bo Nix. I kind of thought he would be the one to kind of take more steps forward, but it feels like Drake May has actually been the one out of the two of them to take more steps forward. Uh, and yeah, just a little bit that I've seen him play, I'm just like, oh god, this feels like Tom Brady. This feels like Tom Brady
Yeah.
and the Patriots again. So they're not doing. I don't know that they're being the having the biggest wins either, but it just feels like they're the mob. It feels like they're
Yeah.
the mob against the other teams. Like, yeah, they might play close games, but it just feels like they're winning those games, and there's nothing the other team can do about it. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's gonna get a lot of people to hate them real quick. If they
Hmm.
do start winning, if they make it to the Super Bowl or start a new dynasty here, it's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, then Indiana Jones, the Colts at the top there. I
That's a
hope they
fun story.
continue. I hope they continue. I hope they do end up
I
being
do
number
too.
one seed, and I'd love to see them at least make the conference game before the Chiefs just be like, "We're the Chiefs. We're going back."
Yeah, I hope they have. I hope they finish this season, have a great season. I would be lying if I didn't say like going into like future years next year. Do I think the Colts are a for sure, say they do finish out this year strong and, end up with 12, 13 wins or something. Do I think that means in the next year that I think they're also going to be a really good team? I don't know about that. I don't know. It might just be a special run. It's one of those
Could
things
be,
that just feels maybe special.
could be,
I
and
don't know.
sometimes those are better sometimes, and than dominating for years and years and years.
Whereas the other three below them right now, the division leader, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers, like to me, those feel like they could just continue next year and
Yeah,
still just be right there
yeah,
again right
yeah,
now.
for sure, for sure, and I guess yeah, top three over there. Eagles have always been right there these past few years. I liked it when they had the magic run with Nick Foles replacing Carson Wentz. That's when I loved it, when they were the underdogs. Now they've become the Patriots, the next big dynasty that you should hate, but I guess people do seem to like them. I guess I don't know. They're probably a pretty hated team by people who aren't from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think so.
They're not.
And
They're gonna make the playoffs, but I don't think they're as magical. They've had some losses. They've had some embarrassing losses, and I don't think they're that good. You definitely have been championing that they are not as good as people say they are this season.
yeah, I think they definitely have all the talent in the world. And when they are clicking as a whole unit, I think they're going to be really tough to beat. They're going to be a tough team to beat
Yeah.
any given week. But yeah, I don't know. I don't love the feel of it. They feel like a team that is going to probably make it to the playoffs, maybe be the number one seed. I feel like they're not going to get the number one seed, and I feel like they're going to play and they're going to lose in the first round. Is what it feels like to me. They're
I
going to
don't
do this
know.
year.
I don't know. I feel like they will give heartbreak to a better team like the
Mm.
Packers, and then they'll lose.
No, 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 because we're going to lose to a different team, and that is the Seattle Seahawks, is who we are going to lose to. So
At
just
least
be
I'd
ready
be,
for it.
at least I would respect it because they are a great team this year. They're playing really, really fantastic, and I'm like, that's a Super Bowl team right there. That's what I'm feeling when I think about the Seahawks.
Yeah, we could see like a Patriots Seahawks rematch. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised by that. Those two teams both feel like they're right there. Yeah, Seahawks. Out of the four top ones here, I might have to say Seahawks feel like the most likely on the NFC side.
yeah,
They feel the
I think
strongest out
so.
of these four, in my opinion.
Out of these four, I guess
Just
in
because if the Bucks have dealt with some injuries, and that is my only. If the Bucks hadn't have like their whole wide receiver core like just demolished, I would probably put the Bucks at number one. I'd feel most comfortable with the Bucks. But
yeah,
just because of that, right now, as of right now, I feel like they're maybe in the low point of their season. Hopefully, it'll swing back up. But
yeah.
as of right now, I'm feeling like the Seahawks, for me, are the best one out of these four on the NFC side.
Yeah, I think I would say so as well. I guess yeah, if we open it up to the whole NFC side, I think yeah, it comes between them or the Rams.
Yeah, that's
That
true. If we
that's
go
really
down,
close. That's a really close one between those two. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
If we're including the wild card ones, the Rams would be right there for me too.
yeah, I really don't know which one I'd pick. And then over on the other side, I think I'd still have to go Bills. I think they just have built in the past couple of years just a
Okay,
little bit more trust for those big games. Like they just have the
yeah,
experience there more recently, to where I don't know if I trust the Colts to go out there and win the conference game. Uh,
well,
but you know the Patriots, they've been there. It's like riding a bike to the Patriots. You know, you get back there and you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing in the playoffs. So I could see them too.
yeah. And then yeah, the Bucks. I think last team we haven't talked about as much. They're kind of the Colts on the NFC side to me. They're a fun team. Baker always giving it his all. I love to watch them. Are they the best team out there? Could they be trash next year? Maybe. I feel like they're very boom bust kind of team. I
Yeah,
would love to see Colts versus
that
Buccaneers
would be.
Super Bowl. I think that could be just a ton of fun. It's these two kind of underdoggy type style teams, and yeah, I
Yeah,
think that could be a blast. I think it's unlikely that those would be the two that end up there, but it could happen.
yeah, yeah.
I guess, yeah,
I
out of the
would.
top four on each side, which ones are the most shocking? I think the Colts are pretty shocking to
I think the
me.
Colts. Colts are, yeah, from preseason, from before the season. Yeah, I think Colts are pretty shocking. Steelers being there, I mean, that division always seems to be pretty tough and pretty close. So to be in the top four, I think it's just division leaders. So maybe that's
Yeah,
not the most shocking, I guess. Even though,
I'm probably a little surprised by that because I would have probably guessed it would be Ravens at this
yeah,
point in the season. So
yeah.
I would agree that that's a bit shocking as well. But yeah, on that other side,
Seahawks,
I don't
maybe
know. The
being
Seahawks are
up
a
there.
little shocking.
It's the Rams are. I would have thought the Rams, but
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That probably does make them almost shocking. I would have.
and the Rams have been playing as good as I think they'd play, and they're still not.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that whole division's just been very close and well outside the Cardinals, but uh,
Yeah,
49ers, Seahawks, and Rams. Oof. Yeah, they all deserve to be in there. I think so.
yeah,
It'll be interesting to see what happens here at the end. But yeah, got another half to come.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. Any final comments, Pepper? Any final comments? Any team you want to see turn this around
Oh
or
man, who do I
have a
want to
good
turn it
second
around?
half?
I want the Cowboys. I want the Cowboys to make the playoffs. Cowboys, Vikings, Bears, Panthers, any of those making the playoffs, I'd really like as long as it doesn't boot the Packers out.
Right.
Just because that NFC does feel, like you said, like it's kind of almost getting locked into place. So I'd like to see one of those teams make a run for it.
Yeah.
Get those
Yeah.
49ers out of there.
I agree. I agree. But yeah, let us know in the comments below what you think are the most shocking teams so far this year. Which ones have disappointed you? If you have a favorite team, kind of how they're doing, if they're doing how you'd expect, or if they're underperforming. I feel like it's always underperformance for a
Yes.
favorite team, unless they're undefeated. But even then, you can nitpick. You'd be like,
Yes, you
yeah,
can.
but we only barely beat these teams. We should have demolished them. And I think that's the fun part about the Colts. I think that is what makes it shocking. It's not like, oh, they've lucked their way into 7 wins. They
Yeah.
have just dominated teams that they should dominate.
Yeah.
I feel like I never see that from teams. There's always, you always have them like the Bills, for instance, is like, oh, they should win, heavily favored to win these games. And they'll come down and sure, maybe by the end of the game they'll be up 2 scores, but it's like, but yeah, going into the third quarter, that was right there, neck and
Yeah.
neck with a bad team.
Yeah.
And the Colts are just like, nope, we're this is business. We're gonna get up 3 scores in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Can't be upset with that. Can't be upset when that happens. You beat the teams you should beat.
that's true. You gotta do it. You got to do it.
Yes. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on that NFL popcorn.